You think you're starting your day with a healthy breakfast, but what if I told you that your morning granola bowl contains more sugar than a Snickers bar, and that the so-called healthy oatmeal packets you grab on busy mornings are engineered to spike your blood sugar higher than a can of Coke? I'm about to expose the biggest breakfast scam that's been fooling millions of health-conscious Americans for decades, and show you exactly how these innocent-looking foods are sabotaging your metabolism, energy levels, and weight loss goals without you even realizing it. What you're about to discover will completely change how you view breakfast forever. We're talking about foods that have been given a health halo by clever marketing teams, foods that sit proudly in the health food aisle of your grocery store, foods that influencers and nutritionists recommend daily. But here's the shocking truth that the food industry doesn't want you to know. These breakfast heroes are actually villains in disguise, packed with more sugar, refined oils, and blood sugar spiking ingredients than most desserts. The problem with these supposedly healthy breakfast foods runs deeper than you might imagine. Every morning, millions of Americans pour themselves a bowl of granola, believing they're making a nutritious choice, but they're actually consuming what amounts to breakfast candy. The average serving of popular granola brands contains between 12 to 20 grams of sugar, which is equivalent to eating 4 to 5 teaspoons of pure sugar first thing in the morning. To put this in perspective, a Snickers bar contains 20 grams of sugar, meaning your healthy breakfast is nutritionally comparable to eating candy for breakfast. But granola isn't the only culprit masquerading as a health food. Instant oatmeal packets, those convenient grab-and-go breakfast solutions, are loaded with artificial flavors, high fructose corn syrup, and enough sugar to rival most breakfast pastries. A single packet of flavored instant oatmeal can contain up to 12 grams of added sugar, plus artificial colors and preservatives that your body doesn't recognize as food. Meanwhile, breakfast bars and protein bars marketed as healthy morning fuel often contain more sugar per gram than chocolate chip cookies. The breakfast cereal aisle presents another minefield of misleading health claims. Cereals labeled as whole grain, high fiber, or heart healthy routinely contain shocking amounts of added sugars hidden under names like brown rice syrup, evaporated cane juice, and fruit juice concentrate. These marketing terms sound natural and healthy, but they're all forms of sugar that cause the same metabolic damage as table sugar. Even seemingly innocent foods like yogurt parfaits from coffee shops and smoothie bowls from trendy health cafes are sugar bombs in disguise, often containing 30 to 40 grams of sugar from sweetened yogurt, granola toppings, and fruit juices. The real tragedy is that these foods are specifically targeting health-conscious consumers who are trying to make better choices. The packaging uses words like natural, organic, whole grain, high protein, and gluten-free to create an illusion of health, while the actual ingredients tell a completely different story. This health halo effect causes people to eat larger portions and consume these foods more frequently because they believe they're being healthy, when in reality they're setting themselves up for blood sugar crashes, increased cravings, and metabolic dysfunction. When you eat these high-sugar breakfast foods, your body goes through a predictable and damaging cycle that starts the moment the food hits your digestive system. The refined sugars and processed carbohydrates are rapidly broken down into glucose, causing your blood sugar to spike dramatically within 15 to 30 minutes of eating. This sudden surge triggers your pancreas to release large amounts of insulin to bring your blood sugar back down to normal levels. However, this insulin response is often so aggressive that it overcorrects, causing your blood sugar to crash below baseline levels within 1 to 2 hours after eating. This crash is what causes the mid-morning energy slump, brain fog, irritability, and intense cravings for more sugary foods that millions of people experience daily. Your brain interprets this blood sugar crash as a sign that you need more fuel immediately, triggering powerful hunger signals and cravings specifically for quick energy foods like more sugar and refined carbohydrates. This creates a vicious cycle where you start your day with a sugar high, followed by a crash that leaves you reaching for more sugary snacks or a second breakfast just to feel normal again. The problem compounds throughout the day as each sugar spike and crash makes your body less sensitive to insulin, requiring even more insulin to manage your blood sugar levels. Over time, this pattern can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells become less responsive to insulin signals, forcing your pancreas to produce even more insulin to achieve the same blood sugar control. The hidden oils in these breakfast foods present another serious health concern. Most commercial granolas and breakfast products contain refined vegetable oils like soybean oil, canola oil, and sunflower oil. These oils are highly processed and inflammatory, contributing to chronic inflammation in your body. When these oils are heated during the manufacturing process, they can form harmful compounds called aldehydes and lipid peroxides that damage your cells and contribute to accelerated aging and disease. The artificial ingredients commonly found in packaged breakfast foods add another layer of metabolic disruption. Artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives like BHT, BHA, and sodium benzoate are foreign chemicals that your liver must work overtime to process and eliminate. This additional burden on your detoxification systems can impair your body's ability to burn fat efficiently and maintain stable energy levels throughout the day. Perhaps most concerning is how these foods affect your appetite regulation hormones. The rapid blood sugar spikes caused by high-sugar breakfast foods disrupt the normal production of hormones like leptin and ghrelin, which control hunger and satiety. Leptin is supposed to signal when you're full and satisfied, while ghrelin signals when you're hungry. However, the inflammatory ingredients and blood sugar chaos caused by these processed breakfast foods can impair these hormonal signals, leaving you feeling hungry even when you've consumed plenty of calories. The solution to breaking free from this breakfast trap starts with understanding what truly nourishing morning fuel looks like and how to identify real whole foods versus cleverly marketed processed foods. The key is to focus on foods that provide sustained energy without causing dramatic blood sugar fluctuations. Foods that contain high-quality proteins, healthy fats, and fiber-rich carbohydrates that work together to keep you satisfied and energized for hours. Start by completely avoiding any breakfast food that comes in a box, package, or wrapper with a long ingredient list. Real food doesn't need a health claim on the package because its nutritional value speaks for itself. Instead of reaching for granola, create your own nutrient-dense breakfast bowl using raw nuts and seeds like almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and hemp hearts. These provide healthy fats, protein, and minerals without any added sugars or inflammatory oils. If you love the crunch and satisfaction of granola, make your own using rolled oats, coconut flakes, nuts, and seeds bound together with a small amount of pure maple syrup or raw honey and baked until golden. Homemade granola allows you to control the sugar content and quality of ingredients while eliminating the processed oils and artificial additives found in commercial versions. A serving of homemade granola should contain no more than 3 to 5 grams of natural sugars from whole food sources. For those who enjoy oatmeal, choose steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats instead of instant varieties. These less processed forms of oats contain more fiber and protein while avoiding the added sugars and artificial ingredients in instant packets. Cook your oats in water or unsweetened plant milk and add natural flavor and sweetness using cinnamon, vanilla extract, fresh berries, chopped nuts, or a small drizzle of pure maple syrup. Build your breakfast around high-quality protein sources like pasture-raised eggs, wild-caught fish, grass-fed meat, or plant-based proteins like hemp seeds and spirulina. Protein helps stabilize blood sugar, increases satiety, and provides the amino acids your body needs for muscle maintenance and neurotransmitter production. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast to set yourself up for stable energy and reduced cravings throughout the day. Include healthy fats from sources like avocados, coconut oil, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. These fats slow down digestion, enhance nutrient absorption, and provide long-lasting energy without affecting blood sugar. Healthy fats also support hormone production and brain function while keeping you satisfied for hours after eating. Choose low-glycemic fruits like berries, green apples, and citrus fruits over high-sugar tropical fruits and dried fruits. Fresh berries are particularly powerful because they're rich in antioxidants and fiber while being naturally lower in sugar than most other fruits. The fiber in berries helps slow sugar absorption, preventing the blood sugar spikes associated with higher sugar fruits. Create satisfying breakfast combinations that work synergistically to provide sustained energy. Try scrambled eggs with sautéed vegetables and avocado, Greek yogurt topped with fresh berries and a sprinkle of nuts, or a green smoothie made with leafy greens. protein powder, coconut milk, and a small amount of low glycemic fruit. These combinations provide the perfect balance of protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich carbohydrates without the blood sugar chaos of processed breakfast foods. However, even when making healthier breakfast choices, there are several common mistakes that can sabotage your efforts and keep you trapped in the cycle of blood sugar imbalances and energy crashes. One of the biggest mistakes is portion distortion, particularly with nuts, seeds, and even healthy fats. While these foods are nutritious, they're also calorie dense, and it's easy to overconsume them without realizing it. A proper serving of nuts is about 1 ounce or a small handful, not the large portions many people consume when eating mindlessly from a bag or jar. Another critical mistake is choosing the wrong type of dairy products. Many people switch from sugary cereals to yogurt thinking they're making a healthier choice, but most commercial yogurts are loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, and thickeners. Even Greek yogurt can contain up to 15 grams of sugar per serving when fruit and sweeteners are added. Always choose plain, unsweetened yogurt and add your own fresh fruit and natural sweeteners if desired. Fruit juice represents one of the most deceptive breakfast mistakes because it's marketed as a healthy way to get vitamins and start the day. However, fruit juice is essentially liquid sugar that spikes blood sugar even faster than eating whole fruit. A single cup of orange juice contains as much sugar as a can of soda without any of the fiber that would slow down sugar absorption. Even fresh pressed juices and green juices can contain surprising amounts of sugar from fruits and vegetables like carrots and beets. Many people make the mistake of eating too infrequently or skipping breakfast altogether, thinking this will help with weight loss. However, going too long without eating can lead to blood sugar crashes that trigger intense cravings for sugary foods later in the day. The key is eating balanced meals at regular intervals to maintain stable blood sugar and energy levels throughout the day. Timing also matters when it comes to breakfast choices. Eating high carbohydrate foods first thing in the morning when your cortisol levels are naturally elevated can exaggerate blood sugar spikes and energy crashes. Instead, start your day with protein and healthy fats, then add small amounts of low glycemic carbohydrates if desired. The path to breakfast freedom starts with a simple commitment to reading ingredient labels and choosing whole foods over processed products. Your morning meal sets the tone for your entire day, affecting your energy levels, mood, cognitive function, and food choices for the next 24 hours. By eliminating the hidden sugar bombs masquerading as healthy breakfast foods and replacing them with truly nourishing whole foods, you'll experience sustained energy, improved mental clarity, better appetite control, and more stable moods throughout the day. Remember that real health doesn't come from foods that need to convince you they're healthy through marketing claims and health halos. Real health comes from simple, whole foods that your great-grandmother would recognize as food. Start tomorrow morning by skipping the granola aisle and heading straight to the whole food sections where real nutrition lives. Your body will thank you with sustained energy, better health, and freedom from the blood sugar roller coaster that's been controlling your days. Take action today by cleaning out your pantry and removing any breakfast foods with more than 5 ingredients or any added sugars. Replace them with whole food options and commit to 1 week of truly nourishing breakfast choices. The difference you'll feel in your energy, mood, and overall well-being will convince you that this simple change is one of the most powerful health hacks you can implement starting right now.